Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Pavan Soni. I'm an innovation evangelist and a coach on design thinking. Welcome to this program on design thinking. Now, you must have heard about design thinking as a notion and should be wondering that what exactly is it? Is it about designing new stuff? Is it that I need to be a technologist? Do I need to run a large organization? But design thinking is a very unique but very important concept on problem solving. Now in this particular course, we'll have three broad objectives that we intend to meet. The first one is at demystifying design thinking, so that you understand the nuts and bolts of it so that you can apply that. The second objective is to pick up any problem from a day-to-day parlance. It can be about account receivables, it can be about increasing customer satisfaction, employee retention, growing your organization, and all the way down to designing new products. And you should be able to apply design thinking as a concept, as a principle to address those problems. And the third important aspect is to ensure that by the end of this particular program, your thinking evolves. Towards the end of the program, you should be a better thinker than what you are at present. So to paraphrase, this program promises you to teach design thinking, help you apply design thinking ranging from day-to-day problem solving to new product development or new business ventures. And lastly, it should help you become a better thinker so that you teach others on how to think better. So thank you so much for joining this particular program with me. As a part of this program, we are going through 10 modules, and these modules are broadly based upon this particular book which I authored last year in December 2020, which is called Design Your Thinking. So this book tells you about how do you apply design thinking and creative problem solving to your life in general and to business problems in particular. And this is the course book that we'll be referring to as a part of this program. So I strongly recommend you to pick this book up and benefit from this as well. I'll introduce shortly to the 10 modules that we have with us. Thank you so much for being around. As I was referring to the 10 modules, each of these modules are designed in such a way that at the end of the module, there is an exercise for you. And the idea is for you to apply design thinking. Because unless and until you apply that to a real world problem, you would not be able to appreciate the power of this particular concept. The first is, what is design thinking? Where we'll demystify design thinking in a very simple language that almost anybody can understand. The second chapter or the second module talks about why design thinking now. Now, this has become really a vogue, people talking about design thinking. So we need to understand that why so much of a talk about design thinking? Is it really a flash in the pan, or is it something substantial? The third module talks about the key tenets or the key principles of design thinking, where we talk about some of the tool sets, mindsets, and skill sets that one needs to hone to be a better design thinker. The fourth module is the first leg of design thinking, which is called inspire. Now, every problem solving exercise starts with inspiration, which is the big picture thinking. Then we delve into empathize and define, where we try and understand the problem from a user's or a consumer's or a human perspective, narrow down the scope to pick up the problem which is really worth going after. That's your module 5. Module 6 talks about ideation. And we have a plethora of techniques that we'll be talking about on how do you generate high quantity and high quality ideas. Then we talk about taking those ideas to the anvil and testing them out, which is what we call as prototype and test. Now, the next module that we have, which is your module number 8, talks about scaling, which is how do you scale design thinking ideas so that you can have an ultimate impact. The 9th chapter talks about design thinking in action, which gives you some tools and tips as to how you can run your own sessions, programs, workshops, or expeditions on design thinking. And the last chapter, chapter 10, zooms into the personal self and helps you understand that how you can become a adapt design thinker. So these are the 10 modules which roughly map to the book that I was referring to, Design Your Thinking, on which we will be basing this entire program. So the book will be a good companion to you along the course, plus we have specific exercises almost at the end of each module that would help you appreciate the concept through application. Thank you so much.